Take note, though, that arbitration is governed by the Civil Code. In particular, an arbitration agreement or clause must meet all the criteria of a valid contract. Therefore, consent to submit to arbitration is essential for a valid arbitration agreement. This was the subject matter issue under the case of Hygienic Packaging Corporation versus NutriAsia. Hygienic Packaging Corporation is a domestic corporation that manufactures and sells packaging materials such as plastic bottles. NutriAsia, also a domestic corporation, manufactures and distributes food products such as banana-based and tomato-based condiments, vinegar, soy sauce, and other sauces. Hygienic supplied NutriAsia with plastic bottles for its banana catsup products. Every transaction was covered by a purchase order issued by NutriAsia. The purchase order contains terms and conditions, among which is an arbitration clause. On July 29, 2009, Hygienic filed a complaint for sum of money against NutriAsia when the latter refused to pay for the plastic containers amounting to $9 million despite oral and written demands. It instituted the case before the RTC of Manila. In its answer with compulsory counterclaim, NutriAsia argued that Hygienic should have first referred the matter to the arbitration committee in compliance with the terms and condition of the purchase order. Hygienic maintains that the arbitration clause lacks the elements of a valid arbitration agreement because it was not properly subscribed, and the person who signed the purchase orders was only a messenger, not its authorized agent. Thus, the arbitration clause cannot bind Hygienic. Now the issue is raised before the Supreme Court whether the arbitration clause in the purchase order is binding between Hygienic and NutriAsia. The court ruled in favor of Hygienic. The arbitration clause is not valid. The court held that Cathay Metal Corporation v. Laguna West Multipurpose Cooperative, Inc. provides, for there to be a contract, there must be a meeting of the minds between the parties. Here, the court held that no evidence shows that petitioner and respondent had a meeting of minds and agreed to submit any future issue either to the trial court or to arbitration. The act of signing the purchase orders, then, was limited to acknowledging respondent's order and facilitating the payment of the goods to be delivered. It did not bind petitioner to the terms and conditions in the purchase orders, which included the arbitration clause. Since there is no contractual stipulation that can be enforced on the venue of dispute resolution, the venue of petitioner's personal action will be governed by the 1997 Revised Rules of Civil Procedure.
Created using Powtoon.